Okay, so review for the exam tomorrow. Okay, this first part is going to be all about unit rate. Okay, unit rate. Remember, that's when we're taking the ratio and we're putting it over 1. Okay, so in a situation like let's just go with number 1 here. Okay, so it's 11 things for $30.58. Okay, so remember, first write out that ratio. 11 for 30.58. Okay, if you end up writing it out like this, you're not going to get what you want. Okay, because we want to know how much for each. So we actually want to do price for 1. So in that case, our price needs to go on the top of our ratio. So I'm going to go 30, 58 over 11. Okay, remember with unit rate, all we have to do is actually just divide that, okay? Because if we did the cross multiplying, our cross multiplying would be 1 times 30.58 divided by 11. So why don't we just do 30.58 divided by 11? Okay, and when you do 30.58 divided by 11, we get $2.78. I'm going to do that out again. So 30.58, just so that we know what we're doing. And when I get that, I get $2.78. Okay, so I set it up, I showed my work, I got my answer. Okay, all right. The most important thing is always make sure you're doing the right things on top. Okay, so in this situation, we're looking for miles per hour. So that means that we're going to always want to make sure our miles are on top, hour is on bottom. Okay, students in each bus, so students on top, buses on the bottom. Okay, make sure you're keeping that order, otherwise you're going to mess up your answer. Okay. All right, prime or composite. Okay, or neutral, meaning only 1. So here's a hint. Here's some hints for you. Okay, if it ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, and it's not the number 2 or 0. Okay, so if it ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, and it's not the number 2 or 0, okay, it is composite. Okay, so 10 ends in a 0, so it's composite. Okay, here's another one. If it ends in a 5, but is not the number 5, it is composite. So 65 ends in a 5, composite. Okay, 31. No real rule with that one. Okay, there's no real rule with a number like this. Okay, but I can be like, okay, what numbers do I multiply to get 31? And I go through my multiplication tables and I don't see any, so it's prime. Okay, 1 only has 1 factor, so it's neutral. Okay, 70, ends in a 0, so it's composite. Okay, 2, Yes, it ends in a 2, but in this case, 2 is prime. Because I can only do 2 times 1. Okay? This is the only exception to that rule. Okay? 17, I go look, think about my times table. I don't see the 17, so that's prime. Okay? 100 ends in a 0, composite. 25 ends in a 5, composite. 12 ends in a 2, composite. Okay? Prime factorization. I'm going to go ahead and do prime factorization here of 20. I have my 20. And I'm breaking it down into factors until I only have prime numbers. So 20, I'm going to do 5 times 4. Okay. Now I ask myself, is 5 a prime number? Yeah, 5 is the only prime number ending in 5. Remember, I said ends in 5 as long as it's not 5. Okay, so 5 is a prime number. Okay, and then 4 would be 2 times 2. Okay, and then I have that factor tree out, so I can say that my answer is 5 times 2 times 2. Okay, did I have to break it down to 5 times 4 first? No, it wouldn't matter. Okay, if I did this with 10 times 2, okay, you'll see that I get the same exact thing. So 2 times 10, okay, 2 is prime, and then I break down the 10, so I do 2 times 5. You see I still have 5, 2, 2 there. So it doesn't matter which way you break it down, as long as you make sure you stop at the right numbers. Okay, so that's more prime factorization. Okay, resolve each fraction, multiply, and simplify. All right. So here we go. I'm going to do this one. Okay, I'm going to do this one for you. Okay, the first way I can do this is I can say I'm just going to multiply straight across. Okay, 7 times 2, 14. 10 times 3 is 30. Okay, now I need to simplify that, so I need to find a common factor. Okay, well, remember, if you don't want to list the factors of 14 and you don't want to list the factors of 30, you can do a factor tree for those. Okay, 14, 7 times 2, those are my only 2 factors. Okay, 30, 3 times 10. Okay, 3 is prime, so I break down 10 into 2 times 5. And then I can multiply the common prime factors. Well, the only common prime factor we have here is 2, right? So I'm just going to divide both by 2. And I get 7/15. Okay? So that's the multiplying straight across, that's the simplifying. Okay? Let's see. Any that I want to. Okay, so this one here, I can, if I want, I can do my cross simplifying if I want. Okay, because, okay, 2 and 10, oh, well, I know 2 is a factor of 10 and a factor of 2, so I would just say, okay, I'm going cross simplifying. Okay, this is another way that you can multiply fractions, and it kind of saves you the time with simplifying. Okay, so I know 2 goes into 10 and it goes into 2. So I divide both by 2. Okay, now so when I do 2 divided by 2, I get 1. And when I do 10 divided by 2, I'm going to get 5. Okay, and now I can do the same here. Okay, oh, you know what? I know 6 goes into 6 and it goes into 12. So when I divide by 6 here, I get 1. And when I do 12 divided by 6, I will get 2. Oh, I'm dividing by 6. Okay? 12 divided by 6, because that's the common factor of 12 and 6. I get 2. So now I can get my answer. I can multiply straight across. And I just get 1/10. So this is like pre-simplifying. And sometimes I think that this actually is easier. Okay? I think that this is actually easier because I'm not simplifying big numbers like 14 and 30 and having to do factor trees. Like 10 and 2, those are easy to do factors of. 6 and 12, those are easy to do factors of. Okay? All right, and then that would be the end of the test. Okay? So again, practice, practice, practice. That's all I can say. Okay?